Hey team, it's time for an Early Career Designer's portfolio review. I'm Megan Thomas, and I'm a senior UX designer with almost 10 years of experience in enterprise software design. I've taught and mentored over 300 early career designers through UC Berkeley's UX UI Design Bootcamp. In this video, I'm going to review an early career designer's portfolio and share my thoughts as a senior designer. My goal is to provide actionable feedback to help them succeed as they look for a job in the UX industry. Join me for a stream of consciousness walkthrough as I assess one of their case studies. Remember, mine is just one opinion. Make sure to get multiple perspectives before making any changes. All right, let's dive into the review and learn together. I was really just singing a song while waiting for the timer to go off. And it's only 3 seconds, but I was jamming. Anyhow, hello, welcome to Tuesday. Thanks for joining me for this early career designer portfolio review. I actually don't know if, wait, I do know. Gabriel is an early career designer. I think on the forum he said they graduated sometime this year. God, sorry. Ooh, I just kind of a shower after walking in the rain, and frankly, I'm just moist and I don't like it. Ugh. And I made like 14 of you barf by saying the word moist. I'm sorry. I said it again. Oh my God, I won't do it again. Okay. Hello and welcome. I'm super excited to do this review. Gabriel, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to review your portfolio. I sincerely appreciate it, and I know everyone does too. First of all, as you might be able to tell, I'm kind of a fan of the hot pink, tropical punch, fuchsia stuff that's happening here. This beautiful fizzy, I don't even know what to call it. It's just like texture, and it's very mesmerizing. So first of all, I really love that you're just using color from the start. It's not just an empty space. I mean, it's a lot of negative space, but it's really, really well used. I love this. So you're a product designer and your name, and then go check out my work. Boom, let's get it to it. I love it. I kind of want to go check on your about. Hey, I'm Gabe. I'm an information and communication design student graduating in August. It sounds like it's December. I think you graduated already. That's what you said. So double check, update that. Recently completed an internship in product design at Trivago. Fun. And now I'm looking to get an entry level or junior position. I'm super excited. Gabe, this is great. Focused on creating a more inclusive and connected world. I love, this is me. I'm a fan of that. I don't know why, but that feels, oh, I see. We've got the headlines here, and they've got a little bit of extra space between in the kerning, the chemming, if you really hate yourself and want to type that out, chemming. You can't unsee it. Anywho, this is great. What you love about product design is the discussion between multiple disciplines on how best to define, approach, and determine success for a solution. Trivago, DMed Healthcare, Trivago Product Design Internship. Fun. All right, you've got all of these tools. This is great. You'll find me to be empathetic, open-minded, culturally aware, and diligent. I love all of those phrases and terms. That's awesome. They have definitely assisted you in user-centered design, but also working alongside diverse communities, from colleagues at Trivago, fellow students in my bachelor's, and my German integration course. Very cool. All right. I really wanted to be like, I remember German, and I do not. I'm going to shut up and bring myself over to your work. All right, cool. So this is what happens if I scroll down. Trivago product design. I love the layout. I love the card design. This is really cute. It's very, I don't want to say cute. That feels very dismissive. That's not what I mean to say. I'm excited because it makes it really simple to understand what I'm looking at. We've got our eyebrow text, and that is relatively new to me. I feel like eyebrow is a phrase I've only heard in the last year, but it totally makes sense, right? The eyebrows are the frame of your face. No, I got it wrong. Product design project for university, leading the user experience for a student stress relief app. What does leading mean? Leading the user experience. Are you bringing people through the experience and you're challenging them to, like, you're guiding them? It's a handheld tour, maybe. All right, we've got 2, 3. Efficiency, produce an iconic logo. Hey, I love that you're treating this. I really want to click on this, and I'm not going to, strictly because I'm here to look at UX and product design. But I want to click on that because, okay, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm hoping it will show me, yes, background, tasks. I would actually put this in a little bit more bullet point. Make it, I choked on my own tongue. Make it scannable. Make sure that when people are looking through this, they're probably going to glance over the background. You might bold like just a little bit right here, just to be like, if you're only going to read one line in the background, read this line, is kind of what we use the bolding for. The emphasis on the syllable. Why am I being weird? Tasks. I don't know why this feels a little, I want to know if that contrast, actually, you know what's interesting is we can do the inspect button and I can see if that is contrast helpful. Hey, 4.97. Okay, see, I typically stay away from color on color, like really monochromatic views, and it's because I think I might have color vision deficiency, but not enough that I've like noticed. But the distinction is very interesting to me, but it passes. Good job. In order to deliver a logo which would meet a set requirements, they're professional. Oh my gosh, you did treat this like a UX design project. Nice work. All right, I'm not going to go through that because that's not what we're here for, but really good job. I love seeing people who bring their graphic design work into their UX portfolio. I don't know if you know what I say, but everything is UX. As long as you are working toward a solution to a person's problem, a human's problem, a user's problem, that's a UX project. And I know there's lots of people that are going to be like, Megan, that's bullshit. That's not really a project. I think it is. I think if you treat it like, this user has a problem, this user is in need of a logo, and I can provide the solution to that. And in order to do so, I need to find out information from this stakeholder and find out what is going to convey all of the meaning that they need to convey in one tiny little image. I think that is a UX project if you lay it out in a case study like that. So really good job. During my time at Trivago, I learned how to manage product design projects from conception to delivery and how to use data to make decisions. Ooh, I'm excited. Refining the search experience at a fast-paced tech company. It feels like you intended to like reuse that, that headline to make it really meaningful, but I bet we could probably find something a little more compelling to click on about that student stress relief app. Like, I don't know. I want to click on it, but I will do that later. Product discovery, product delivery, view project, view report. Ooh, I have never seen someone say view report yet. What's that do? Oh, a 15-page report. Holy crap. That's fantastic. All right, let's get to the project. Really loving these, I would say mellow colors. No, I'm loving the mellow vibe, but vibrant colors. Really cool. All right. Tools used, team, timeline. Feels like maybe it's probably because the list item has a style that the paragraph doesn't. Don't know why that feels weird, but maybe add a little bullet point to it, make it feel balanced. The ask. Opportunity. I would like to enter my preferences fast and easily. Potential solution, add the pet filter to the guest selector. I want more context. Key assumptions. All right. I would like to enter my preferences. That doesn't, these two did not connect for me. I would like to enter my preferences quickly is the word I think you're looking for. I would like to enter my preferences quickly and easily. So I want to get through this process fast, but what process? What am I doing? Enter my preferences how? I'm assuming Trivago, but as someone who has never used Trivago, I don't have context. So give me a couple more words that tells me that the opportunity at Trivago is to enable the user to enter their preferences more quickly with regards to pets. I want to travel with my dog. I need to know where I can go and bring this adorable purse dog. I don't have a dog. I wish I did. Potential solution, add the pet filter to the guest selector. Again, a couple more words here because it is a solution. I'm going to scroll down further before I have additional words to add to that because I still don't have the context. All right, so key assumptions. Let's see if this font size feels schmull. Font size 1.5M. Okay, so I don't actually know what the base style of this is, and I probably won't find out here. Ooh, did you code this? Okay, I'm loving. As a previous developer, there we go. Nope, margin right, 14px. I really was looking for like what you set as your base for your M's, but no worries. That's okay. So that font size feels a teeny tiny bit small. It feels like marginally smaller than this. And that is not a huge problem, but I'm curious about consistency. Font size 1.5M. I'm very good at spotting tiny changes. Sorry. Okay, so users, we want them to discover the pet filter more easily. Users should apply the pet filter. Okay, sorry, these are key assumptions. Users discover our pet filter easily. We're assuming that users can find it. We're assuming that users will apply it more often when it's in the GS. What's a GS? Goal state? Users who don't need the pet filter won't be distracted by it. I love that assumption. A hiring manager who hasn't worked, I mean, I am going to feel really dumb when I go Google this, but remember, your user never wants to feel dumb. We always want to empower our users. So we want to make sure that they don't feel like, oh, I'm stupid, I guess, and then like click away from your portfolio. And hiring managers are susceptible to this too. They are humans, just like the rest of us. I am a hiring manager. I mean, I hire apprentices. One day I will hire full designers and it will be very exciting. Just kidding. I will continue to hire apprentices and help them become full designers. So give me some context. Make sure you're not making assumptions about what I know. And since I don't know what that means, now I'm starting to feel like, all right, this is a little frustrating. End result. I love how you put the end result at the beginning. All right, spent half of 2022 having an absolute blast working in a hybrid setup at Trivago HQ in Dusseldorf, where I completed a mandatory internship for my information and communication design bachelor's degree. This is one of multiple projects that I work on in an effort to learn about user intent through UX research. I would highlight that because that's fascinating. Learn about user intent through user UX research with the purpose of improving the search experience at Trivago and help users move down the funnel. I know what a funnel is. Most hiring managers know what a funnel is, although those are marketing terms. Sometimes we might, not typically in UX. Occasionally, if you have someone who's really hybrid, understands business really well, but may or may not be the case. Over the course of 3 weeks, I worked on improving access to non-negotiable criteria for travelers with a focus on the guest selector. Okay, so this is what you're showing me, the focus on the guest selector. This included UX research, competitive analysis, high-fidelity wireframes, interaction design, UX writing, and testing, which confirmed that the validity, confirmed the validity of the design, all with the aim of making accommodation search more efficient and intuitive. Oh, okay, first of all, I just want to tell you how much I love this. I want to cry for you. So many early career designers don't get to, I'm actually getting a little misty-eyed. So many early career designers do not get to actually see their work out in the world where users can touch it and click on it. They don't get to show this to their family, to their friends. I'm not logged in and I don't know how to use this. So, there we go. There's a selector. I found it. Adults, pet friendly. Oh, I am so excited for you. God, that feels so incredibly good. I love it. Part of me is wondering if I don't love the balance of this right here. Maybe it could be a little bit bigger, but also I have talked before about how large images make it really slow to load on your website. So this looks fantastic. All right, I'm excited. Let's see. All right. Overview during qualitative research. Oh, I wanted to say it feels like instead of timeline or something, since you mention it down here, and sometimes I know hiring managers how long did it take? Sometimes they get nitpicky about stuff, let's see who's talking. But I really want you to call out the things that you did. If you completed the competitive analysis, call that out. Take ownership for the tasks and the outputs that you create, because those outputs impact the outcomes both for our business and for our user. I'm really going to keep harping on this OKR thing until I understand it fully and y'all understand it mostly. But really call this out because this is huge, especially if you had a hand in each one of these. Call it out. Yeah. Qualitative research, the search and flow team, what a fun name, discovered many travelers stated issues like, I wish it was easier to find hotels which meet our preferences. I only want to see hotels that meet my preferences. Feels like these could be called out instead of a wall. I'm literally aiming it towards showing you on my screen. Instead of making it's not a whole wall of text. I can appreciate that 3 paragraphs is not a lot to ask, but remember, hiring managers are giving you a couple of minutes. Can this be scannable? So maybe these could be nice bullet points or little visuals of what those quotes are. Those are direct user quotes that are impacting your work. Those are huge. I need to trust that my preferences are reflected accordingly. Through our discussions, we came up with a lot of different solutions. We had to make decisions on which to prioritize. How did you do so? How did you decide what to prioritize? To do this, we use assumption maps to decide how important it would be to test various solutions. Yes. From there, we prioritize speed. Those are huge things. I really would break this up a tiny bit just to really show that you've worked in a real environment. But I'm loving how refined the text is. This is easy to read and process all of the things that you've done. Speed was the focus in terms of giving travelers the results that they're looking for. We also focused on speed from a development and design standpoint. Okay. Ooh, that means you know what it's like to work on a very short budget of time, right? And that is unfortunately most situations out here in the business world when you've got real money on the line. The companies need to make money. They need to do so effectively. So this is smart. This is good. With that in mind, my product manager encouraged me to take on a solution for a relatively simple solution. Take on the job of finding a relatively simple solution. I want to refine this. Adding and then do a colon because you're saying this is the solution. Adding a pet-friendly filter to our guest booker. This is neither clickable nor readable, so either take it out or make it bigger. Can't read that. Okay. Competitive analysis. You did this. Fantastic. I started by documenting insights into Trivago's competitors in regards to how they implement, display, and promote their additional features in their guest selectors. Generally, when performing a competitive analysis, I'll look into other industries' work too, but in this case, guest selectors are quite a niche feature and really only travel specific. Yeah. Reference images have been tested via mobile simulator. See what you got? All right. I appreciate that. Nice. On the following devices. Ooh. I would even drop that down to a new line. Make sure nobody glosses over that. That's a big deal. Fantastic work. I don't need to see too many details on this. I appreciate that you're saying I tested these on multiple devices. Good job. All right, takeaways. Through the competitive analysis, we identified that stop saying we. Everybody does this royal we thing because we want to give credit to other people, but like dead serious, like if it was a fight between you and that person, you had knives strapped to your hands, just kidding. Oh my God, never do that. It's you. You're the one trying to get a job. You're the person that needs to be hired. This is your portfolio. Treat it as such. Take ownership of everything that you had a hand in. And have identified that adding specific guest-related criteria such as pets or cribs could help travelers narrow down their search results quickly. And as a result, we decided to implement a pet filter in the guest selector to cater to the needs of pet owners. This feels too long. It addresses the needs of a specific user group, but improves the overall search experience for all users. I'm curious if there is a don't show me anything where pets are allowed, because me personally, my partner is allergic to lots of things, and that would send him into a sneezing fit. So this is interesting. Did it actually address all the needs for all users? Not all the needs, but did it address the overall search experience for all users? That could be an interesting thing to throw in there. At Trivago, designers generally go straight into high fidelity prototyping. Ooh, I respect that you called that out, unless there is a very significant departure from the current product. That makes total sense. There is no reason for us to start from the bare bones of wireframes in order to get a new feature added that's maybe just a new page. I also, at 9.5 years in the industry, I spend more time doing Franken mockups than I do like breaking things down into wireframes. So I completely understand that. And it's normal. It's normal in a lot of ways. There are much bigger design companies or design-centric companies that have a lot more rules and regulations, and they need to start from here. But those places might actually have like entire design systems with their wireframe set. Oh yeah, I literally had to stop and get a drink of water. They might have entire design systems that have a wireframe setup so that they can quickly make wireframes, but also just as quickly make them into high fidelity designs. Be really cool if that was the case here, but we don't actually know. But this is perfect. In this case, where I'm making only a minor alteration to the experience in terms of UI, didn't feel necessary. And that Trivago has a solid design system in place. That is amazing. My initial direction was to follow Airbnb's footsteps based on the competitive analysis, which I had performed earlier, adding another counter for pets so that travelers could state how many a hotel should expect from their booking. However, I quickly learned that Trivago doesn't have the data required to refine results based on the amount of pets allowed at an accommodation. Yeah, that's actually a very critical thing that you had to learn. That's really interesting. You only have the ability to do that because your data can't support it. Fantastic. So you had to look around to go, what's actually going to solve this? Love. I would also love to be able to zoom in. I'm deeply curious about what this says under pets, and I can't read it because it's too small. I skipped the mid-fidelity wireframes and went straight to high fidelity. You already said that. I can work with that statement. So since you skipped them, because it had a well-established design system, and this allowed you to generate a range of design ideas and then iterate on them later in the process. All right, I really like that. Something I had to consider was whether or not users would recognize the distinction between this filter and the guest counters. Starting with changing the input from the counter to a checkbox, I worked on multiple methods to communicate to travelers what exactly is happening when they tick that box. Collaborated with a UX writer, fantastic, giving suggestions for the accompanying copy, as well as setting a character limit on translations for the copy to ensure that the design remains consistent across all the different languages which the product Trivago is offered in. Love it. Design with a German translation. Again, I'd love to click in and just see it a little more closely, but it still looks good. Assumption testing, collaborated closely with the UX researcher to plan and execute an A/B test. Oh my gosh, you got such great experience in this internship. Able to narrow down the 2 design options to test and identify the metrics we wanted to track to ensure that our key assumptions were met. Working with the UX researcher allowed me to gain a better understanding of how design decisions impact user behavior and how testing can help validate those decisions. So good. So good. Okay. Although I don't have access to specific metrics, we typically don't, especially if you only had an internship, if you were there a short period of time, or it was just kicking off. But you're confident, your design solutions met the goals and objectives. It's in the product. It's not just you're confident that it met the goals and objectives. It's in the product. It's there. It's collecting data. It's clearly successful, or someone would have changed it by now. So you're able to develop your skills in user interviews, interaction design, prototyping, learn that even a relatively simple design challenge should not be taken at face value. Yes, explored thoroughly, got a lot of valuable experience in collaborating effectively. Yes, yes, I believe this project was a success. That was very humble of you. I appreciate that. But yes, you definitely can say that was a success. Proactively seeking feedback, speaking your mind. So despite having some imposter syndrome, this is what I love about early career designers. You are valuable. You have a different take than the rest of us do because we've been at it for too long. Oh, interesting. Okay, I really like that you've shared your learnings and why you feel you're well suited to this job and to this experience. This is fantastic. Document my experience, created as part of my bachelor's degree in obligatory. But you did, and you got a cute little thing. Open in Adobe Acrobat for the best experience. Feel that. Oh my gosh, and you did a good job leading the user to the hiring manager, the recruiter, to the next project. I'm freaking excited. Gabriel, part of me feels like not a missed opportunity. This is like chef's kiss, an amazing portfolio case study. I would even give them an option, maybe a little button here to go boop, boop, maybe a contact form, maybe just a mail to. I know that that's not something I personally love because I don't have my Mac mail set up, but Gabriel, this is fantastic. I sincerely appreciate you giving me the opportunity to review your portfolio, and I'm really, really glad I did. I think it is an excellent example of what you can do. I also would be deeply curious to know if you hand coded this yourself or if this was some sort of template. It feels, especially when I see index.html, this feels like you might be working on it yourself, in which case really triple high five. Amazing, like 333. You did great. I'm so impressed. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody here. I would love if you would leave a comment for Gabriel, not necessarily for me. I'll take a comment, but leave Gabriel some feedback. His LinkedIn is in the top of the content somewhere around here. I'm still getting used to this YouTube thing. get in touch. Gabriel is available for hire, and I am thrilled to introduce him to the Early Career Designer Portfolio Review. Really, really awesome work, and thanks everybody for joining me. Have a great evening.